Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Om Kumana Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtotra Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtotra Shrimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Nanda Gauri Vaishnava Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Amacharya Das Thakur Ki
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री द्वैतधाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की
Jai.
all glories of devotees, all glories of devotees, all glories of Guru. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Try this one. I don't know whether it's working. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
Prabhu.
Is it clear or better?
Yeah, clear.
Clear.
Your voice is coming very sharply to me. Okay, right. So we'll start the class now. Speaking from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1. Canto 1, name of Canto is Creation. Creation. And Chapter 1 is Questions by Sages. And today's verses 7, 8, 9, and 10. 4 verses. So we'll start 7. Yani Veda Vidam Shreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anyecha Munaya Sudam Paravara Vido Vidu Yani Veda Vidam Shreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anyecha Munaya Sudam Paravara Vido Vidu Yani Veda Vidam Shreshto Bhagavan Badarayana Anyecha Munaya Sudam Paravara Vido Vidu. Yes. Jai Shri Mataji.
यानि वेदविदां श्रेष्ठो भगवान् बादरायण अन्ये च मुनयः सूता परावर विदो विदुः.
Right.
हरे कृष्ण.
Right, Hare Krishna. Sailaja Mataji.
यानी वेदविदां श्रेष्ठो भगवान् बादरायणाः अन्ये च मुनया सूदा परावरविदो विदुः.
Right. Melinda.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Veda Vedam Shreshto Bhagavan Badarayanaha Anya Cha Munayaha Sutta Paravara Vido Viduha. Hare Krishna.
Right. Snigdha Maji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
Krishna.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यानि वेद विदं श्रेष्ठो भगवान् बादरायणः अन्ये च मुनयः सुत परा वर विदो विदुः.
Paravara Vido Vidu.
हरे कृष्ण.
Right. Uma Maji.
हरे कृष्ण.
Krishna.
यानि वेदविदां श्रेष्ठो भगवान् बादरायणः अन्ये च मुनयः सूद परावर विदो विदुः.
Shivan Prabhu, you're having the book?
Yes.
Ille Prabhuji, idle.
Right. Gopalishran Prabhu. Okay, Kalamataji. Kalamaji.
Yani Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yani Veda Vidam श्रेष्ठो भगवान् बादरायण अन्ये च मुनयः सूदा परावरविदो विदु.
Okay, right. Umamaji can read the word meanings,
Yes,
translation, and purport.
Okay. Yani, all that, Veda Vidam, scholars of the Vedas, Shrestha, senior most, Bhagavan, incarnation of Godhead, Badarayanaha, Vyasa, Deva, Anyaye, others, Cha, and Munayaha, the sages, Suda or Suda Goswami, Paravaravita, amongst the learned scholars, one who is conversant with physical and metaphysical knowledge, Viduhu, one who knows. Translation: being the eldest learned Vedantist, O Suda Goswami, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead, and you also know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge.
Purport.
Purport: Srimad Bhagavatam is a natural commentation on the Brahma Sutra or the Badarayani Vedanta Sutras. It is called natural because Vyasadeva is author of both the Vedanta Sutras and Srimad Bhagavatam, or the essence of all Vedic literatures. Besides Vyasadeva, there are other sages who are the authors of 6 different philosophical systems, namely Gautama, Kannada, Kapila, Patanjali, Jaimini, and Ashtavakra. Theism is explained completely in the Vedanta Sutra, whereas in other system of philosophical speculations, practically no mention is given to the ultimate cause of all causes. One can sit on the Vyasasana only after being conversant in all system of philosophy, so that one can present fully the theistic use on the Bhagavatam in defiance of all other systems. Srila Suta Goswami was the proper teacher, and therefore the sages of Naimisharanya elevated him to the Vyasasana. Srila Vyasadeva is designated herein as the personality of Godhead because he is the authorized, empowered incarnation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Verse 8. Vedatvam somyam sat sarvam tattvadastas anugraham Vriyu snigdasya shishyasya Viravo guhyamadi avityudam Vedatvam somya tat sarvam tattvadas tad anugraham Bruyu snigdasya shishyasya Viravo guhyam avyuttudam Vedatvam somya tat sarvam tattvadas anugraham Bruya snigdasya shishyasya Viravo guhyam avityudam. Right. Sarijamaji.
Hare Krishna. Vedattam saumya tatsarvam tattastat anugraha bhruyu snigdasya shishyasya guruvo guhyam apyuda.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shrimaji.
Hare Krishna.
वेद्धत्वं सौम्य तत्सर्वं तत्त्वतस्तदनुग्रहात् ब्रूयुः स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यमप्युता.
Right. Umamaji.
Vetatvam saumya tat sarvam tattvastanugrahat Bhuya snigdasya shishyasya Guravo guhyam apyuta.
Right. Melinda Maji.
Vetatvam somya tat sarvam tatvatastad anugrahat bruyuh snigdasya shisyasya guravo guhyam api.
Right. Kalamaji.
Vetvattam saumya tat sarvam tattvadastadanugrahat bhruyu snigdasya shishyasya guruvo guhyam apyuda.
Right. Snigdha Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Om Namo
Hare
Bhagavate
Krishna.
Vasudevaya. Vittha tvang somya tatsarvam tattva tasya danugrahat bruyuhu snigdhasya sishyasya gurava gruham matpyuta.
Yes, Snigdha Maji.
Yes,
You
yes.
can read that. Sorry, you can read that word.
Yes, yes. Okay. Betha, you are well conversant. Tvam, your honor. Soumya, one who is pure and simple. Tat, those. Sarvam, all. Tattvataha, in fact. Tat, there. Anugrahat, by the favor of. Bruyuhu, will tell. Snigdhasya, of the one who is submissive. Sisyasya, of the disciple. Guravyaha, the spiritual master, Guhyam, secret, Api Utta, endowed with. Translation, and because you are submissive, your spiritual masters have endowed you with all the favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them. Purport. The secret of success in spiritual life is in satisfying the spiritual master and thereby getting his sincere blessings. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur has sung in his famous 8 stanzas on the spiritual master as follow. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master. Only by his satisfaction can one please the personality of Godhead, and when he is dissatisfied, there is only havoc on the path of spiritual realization. It is essential, therefore, that a disciple be very much obedient and submissive to the bona fide spiritual master. Srila Sutta Goswami fulfilled all these qualifications as a disciple, and therefore he was endowed with all favors by his learned and self-realized spiritual masters such as Srila Vyasadeva and others. The sages of Nimisharanya were confident that Srila Sutta Goswami was bona fide. Therefore, they were anxious to hear from him. Hare Krishna.
Right. Hare Krishna. Text 9. Tata Trata Anjasayushman Sapta Anjasayushman Bhavada Yadinishidam Pumsam Egandada Shreyas Tanna Shamsidumarhasi Tata Tata Anjasayushman Bhavada Yadvinishidam Pumsam Eganda Shreyas Tanna Shamsidumarhasi Tata Tata Anjasa Ayushman Bhavada Yadvinishidam Pumsamegandada Shreyas Tanna Shamsidumarhasi. Hare Krishna. Yes. Yes, Srimaji.
എത്ര പ്രാവശ്യം പറഞ്ഞു ഹിന്ദി കൊണ്ട് കാര്യമില്ല ആദ്യമായിട്ട് കിട്ടും.
Yes, Srimaji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Tatra tantraanjasayushman bhavada yadvinishchitam pumsamekandadashreyas shamsitumarhasi.
Right. Sailaja Maji.
हरे कृष्ण तत्र तत्राञ्जसायुष्मन् भवदा यद्निश्चितं पुंसम् एकान्तदश्रेय तन्न संशितुमर्हसि. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Uma Maji.
तत्र तत्राञ्जसायुष्मान् भवदा यद्विनिश्चयं पुंसमेकान्तदश्रेयस्तन्न संसितुमर्हसि.
Right. Right. Kalamaji.
Hare Krishna. Tatra tatra anjasayushman bhavada yadinishidam pumsam egandada shreyastanna shamsidum arhasi.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Right. Snigdha
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tatra Tatranjasayushman Bhavata Yadinishchitam Pumsam Ekannatah Shreyas Tannah Sangsitum Arhasi. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Right. Melinda Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Tatra tatranjana ashayushman bhavata yad vinishchitam punsam ekantaha shreyastanaha samsitam arhasi. Hare Krishna.
Right. You can read the word by word.
Yes. Tatra, thereof, Anjasa, made easy, Ayushman, blessed with a long duration of life, Bhavata, by your good self, Yat, whatever, Vinishchitam, ascertained, Pumsam, for the people in general, Ekantata, absolutely, Shreyaha, ultimate good, Tat, that, Naha, to us, Samsitam, to explain, Arhasi, deserve. Babuji, should I read the translation also?
Yes.
Okay. Translation. Please, therefore, being blessed with many years, explain to us in an easily understandable way what you have ascertained to be the absolute and ultimate good for the people in general. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, worship of the Acharya is recommended. The Acharyas and Goswamis are always absorbed in thought of the well-being of the general public, especially their spiritual well-being. Spiritual well-being is automatically followed by material well-being. The Acharyas therefore give direction to spiritual well-being for people in general, forcing the age of Kali or the Iron Age of Quarrel. The sages requested that Suta Goswami give a summary of all revealed scriptures because the people of this age are condemned in every respect. The sages therefore inquired of the absolute good, which is the ultimate good for the people. The condemned state of affairs of the people of this age is described as follows. Hare Krishna.
Verse 10. Prayanalpa vishasabhya kalosmin yuge janaha mandasumandamathyo mandabhagya hi vadradam. Prayanalpa vishasabhya kalosmin yuge janaha mandasumandamathyo mandabhagya hi vadradam. Prayanalpa sabhya kalosmin yuge janaha Manda Sumanda Matheo Manda Bhagya hi Vadradam. Right, Shailaja Maji.
Hare Krishna. Prayenalpa yushasabhya. Yeah, prayenalpa yushasabhya kalavasmin yuge janaha manda sumanda madayo manda bhagya hubadrudaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Jai Shri Maji.
प्रायेणाल्पायुषसभ्य कलावस्मिन् युगे जना मन्दासु मन्दमतयो मन्दभाग्या ह्युपद्रुता.
Yes. Uma Maji.
प्रायेणाल्पयुषासभ्य कलावस्मिन् युगे जनाः मन्दा सुमन्दमदयो मन्दभाग्याः सुभद्रुताः.
Right. Kalamaji.
Hare Krishna. प्रायेणाल्पायुषसभ्या कलावस्मिन् युगे जना मन्दासुमन्दमतयो मन्दभाग्यसुभद्रुता. Hare Krishna,
Right.
Prabhu.
Milinda Maji.
Prayena.
Prayana Payusha Sabhya Kalav Asmin Yuge Janaha Mandaha Sumanda Manda Bhagya Hi Upadrutaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Siddha Maji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. प्रायेण अल्पायुषः सभ्यस्मिन् युगे जनः मन्दः सुमन्दमतयो मन्दभाग्या.
Not clear, Motherji.
Manda
Line is
Buddhahi
not.
Vadrada. Kalamaji, you are it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, right. Siddha Maji can read that.
Yes, Prabhuji. Synonyms.
Prayen.
Price measure, Ayusha, duration of life, Savya, member of a learned society, Kalau, in this age of Kali, Asmin, herein, Yuge, age, Jana, the oblique, Mandaleji, Sumandamatahet, Mandavagyah, unlucky, he, and above all,
Sumandamadayaha,
pleasant.
misguided.
O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy,
Lazy,
misguided,
misguided,
unlucky, and above
above
all,
all,
always disturbed.
distorted.
Purport. The devotees of the Lord are always anxious of the spiritual improvement of the general public. When the sages of Nimisharanya analyzed the state of affairs of the people in this age of Kali, they foresaw that men would live short lives. In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is shortened not so much because of insufficient food but because of irregular habits. By keeping regular habits and eating simple food, any man can maintain his health. Overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living shape the very vitality of human energy. Therefore, the duration of life is certain. The people of this age are also very lazy, not only materially but in the matter of self realization. The human life is especially meant for self realization. That is to say, man should come to know what he is, what the world is, and what is the supreme truth is. Human life is a means by which the living entity can end all the miseries of the hard struggle of our life in material existence, and by which he can return to Godhead, this eternal home. But due to a bad system of education, men have no desire for self realization. Even if they come to know about it, they unfortunately become victims of misguided teachers. In this age, men are victims not only of different political creeds and parties, but also of many different types of sense gratificatory diversions, such as cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad association, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering, bickering, and so on. Their minds are always disturbed and full of anxieties due to so many different engagements. In this age, many unscrupulous men manufacture their own religious faith, which are not based on any revealed scriptures. And very often, people who are addicted to sense gratification are attracted by such institutions. Consequently, in the name of religion, so many sinful acts are being carried on that the people in general have neither peace of mind nor health of body. The student community are no longer being maintained, and householders do not observe the rules and regulations of the Grihasthasrama. Consequently, the so called Vanaprasthas and Sannyasis who come out of such Grihasthasrams are easily deviated from the rigid path. In the Kali Yuga, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with faithlessness. Men are no longer interested in spiritual values. Material sense gratification is now the standard of civilization. For the maintenance of such material civilization, man has formed complex nations and communities, and there is a constant strain of hot and cold war between these different groups. It has become very difficult, therefore, to raise the spiritual standard due to the present distorted values of human society. The sages of Nimisaranya are anxious to disenchandle all fallen souls, and here they are seeking the remedy from Srila Sutta Goswami. Hare Krishna.
ॐ ज्ञानतिमनान्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकयां चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपगदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं
मह्यं ददाति
श्रीगुरो
स्वपदान्तिकम्
श्रीयुतपदगमनं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललितां शिविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगल्पदे गोपेशा गोविका कान्दा राधा कान्दा नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये।
प्रमाणसुते देवी प्रणमामि
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च
हरिप्रिये।
कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे 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 राम राम राम।
यानि वेदविदां श्रेष्ठो भगवान् बादरायणाम् अन्ये च मुने सुधा परावरविदो विदु। Being the eldest learned Vedantist, O Sudha Goswami, you are acquainted with the knowledge of Vyasadeva, who is the incarnation of Godhead, and you also know other sages who are fully versed in all kinds of physical and metaphysical knowledge. Hare Krishna. Right. So Srimad Bhagavatam starts. The setting is at Naimisharanya. Naimisharanya is a place near Ayodhya. It's near in UP only. So the sages, who can say the Vaishnavas, who are very interested in the well-being of the living entities, they decided to conduct a yajna which is lasting for 1,000 years, because they know the Kali Yuga is commencing, is on onslaught of Kali Yuga's very adverse effects. The poor living entities will find it very difficult to cope up with this. So to mitigate this, these kind-hearted, merciful, compassionate sages, they started this yajna at Naimisharanya, 1,000 years. And the leader of these sages was Shaunaka. And while they were one day conducting the yajnas, there walked in a very aged and very reputed elderly saint called Sudha Goswami. Sudha Goswami was the son of Romaharshana. Romaharshana was a disciple of Srila Vyasadeva, and Romaharshana is credited with the Puranas. Come later know that when Vedavyasa compiled these Vedas, he entrusted each Veda to each of his disciples, and Puranas he entrusted to Romaharshana. So Romaharshana was also very learned, very wise and accomplished Muni, but was a bit arrogant. Once when Balram, who was undertaking a pilgrimage because he didn't want to participate in the Kurukshetra war, and when Balrama walked into this Yajnashala, where the Yajaman or the preacher was Ramaharshana, was sitting that Vyasabeda and giving discourses. At that time, Balrama walked in, and Ramaharshana because he feels that he is sitting the Vyasapita, he need not respect Balarama, who is an incarnation, who is a first expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not different from Krishna. Ramahasha did not get up and pay obeisance to Balarama. So Balarama knew that this is a very serious offense. What he do is just took a blade of grass and just pricked Ramahasha, and Ramahasha fell dead. So other sages, they said that Balarama, okay, what you have done? Okay, you have killed Brahmana. You have to do some remedial measures for this. We can bathe in Tirthas and cleanse yourself. Meantime, somebody has to take place of Ramahasana. So Balarama appointed Sudha Goswami, the son of Ramahasana. And then Sudha Goswami was conducting in the place of Ramahasana, his father. And this Sudha Goswami now walked into this Naimisharanya arena. So the great sages were very delighted to receive Sudha Goswami, was very well versed in all the topics of spirituality. He knew all the different science branches in depth. He was fortunate to be educated by Vedavyasa and other sages also. And they said that you are very, very good in Purana and Idihasa, because Purana has been interested your father Ramahasana. So naturally, you also know very well the essence of Puranas. Puranas and Idihasas are stories about past eras. So it is a record of all the activities of many kings and many people who abided by the instructions of Vedas and who are opposed to it. And Sudha Goswami was very expert in this. And so the sages wanted to take advantage of this. Now, Sudha Goswami, you are here. So why can't we hear from you? We'll be very happy to hear from you. You please explain all those things. Because Bhagavan Badarana is none other than Vyasadeva. He is a literary incarnation of Krishna. And not only from Vedavyasa you learn this, you have learned from other sages also. So you are very qualified to discuss different branches of philosophy. So here, Srila Prabhupada in his purport has mentioned 6 other sages who had different philosophical darshana other than Vedavyasa. Now, Vedavyasa is a theist. Theist means, so every philosophy tries to explain the creation. But Vedas, Upanishads, everything actually is concerned about creation, how life originated in these planets, how these planets were formed, how the living entities enter these planets, and what is their destination. This kind of inquiries is called Brahma Jignasa. So based on their own understanding of creation, these sages, other than Vedavyasa, they formulated their own philosophies. These sages is Gautama, Kanada, Kapila, Jaimini, Patanjali, and Ashtavakra. Now, Vedavyasa is the sense that he said creation is created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Veda Vyasa gave most importance to Bhagavan, who is Samam Bonum. From him, everything emanated, everything is contained, everything is created, maintained, and destroyed. So basically, he was a theist. Others were not very theists. They had their own views on creation. Like we have so many philosophies now, how creation took place. The material scientists will say that this is due to big blast, the birds came into being, and then this natural selection, mutation theory, evolution theory of Charles Darwin. They also they give their own theory on this. It is still a theory. Even material scientists, they say that Charles Darwin's is called theory. It's not a law. Law is something established. Theory is not something established. Still is theory only. Anyway, they have their own views on this. And Patanj and others people, they have their own creation. And sages of Naimisharya say that you are not only well versed with the theist philosophy of Vedavyasa, but other views also, So this basically, the 6 sages, their views is commonly known as Shad Darshana. Shad Darshana. Shad means 6, Darshana means philosophy. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter I think 88, well, it's called Vedas, personification of Vedas. They are speaking glorification of Vedas. There is a chapter, entire chapter in this, and in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. And in that chapter, all the philosophies of these 6 sages are discussed briefly. So Srila Prabhupada says that if you want to sit on the Vedavyas, you should be accomplished not only these philosophies, but other philosophies also. Para avara. The word means para avara. Para avara means metaphysical and metaphysical knowledge. Now, Vishnu Chakravarti, he says para avara means understanding of Brahman with qualities and without qualities. Now, Parabrahman, there's a concept called Parabrahman. And Parabrahman has got qualities. And Brahman concept doesn't have qualities. When you say qualities of Parabrahma, you should not mistake it as a material qualities originated from the material gunas. No. Parabrahman Krishna has got transcendental qualities. Transcendental qualities which attract everyone. Parabrahma has got impersonal features also. This is called Brahman. The impersonal features of Parabrahma is called Brahman. And the expansion of localized presence is called Paramatma. So these are the 3 different phases of absolute truth: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So both Brahman and Paramatma are not having qualities. Yes, Brahman doesn't have qualities. Paramatma may be having qualities, but that is not very worshipable. You cannot render seva to Paramatma. Only to Parabrahman Krishna only we can render seva, which is a desire of the living entity. So Vishwanath Chakravarti says, Paravara means quality-less Brahman and the transcendental quality of Krishna, of Bhagavan with transcendental qualities. So you should understand this also. You should know with thorough with Brahman aspect, Paramatma aspect, and the Bhagavan aspect. That means you should be thoroughly well versed in spiritual knowledge, Atma Vidya. Only such a person is qualified to sit in the Veda Vyasa chair, or called Vyasa Pitha. And the next verse is Veta Tvam Swami Tat Sarvam Tattvadas Tat Anugraha Ruyu Snigdasya Shishyasya Guravo Kuhyamapityura. And because you are submissive, your spiritual masters have endowed you with all favors bestowed upon a gentle disciple. Therefore, you can tell us all that you have scientifically learned from them. So here, the glorification of a disciple who is totally submissive to his spiritual master is highlighted. What are the qualities of spiritual master and what are the qualities of disciple? There is one beautiful book called Spiritual Master and the Disciple of Srila Prabhupada. You should read that book. It's very, very good one. Describes in details who is a spiritual master, who is qualities, everything is there, and disciples also. And what is the relationship between the spiritual master and disciple? Disciple should always be submissive to the spiritual master. Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto again. Chapter 12, verse 1, 7.12.1 says, Brahmachari Gurugale Vasandando Gurohidam Acharan Dasavat Nicho Guru Sudhala Sauhudam. So in the olden age, the system called Gurukulam was there. Srila Prabhupada says nowadays in his purpose, verse 10, he says that nowadays we don't have this Gurukulam. It has been systematically disempowered. In the olden days, Gurukula system was very much in vogue, and students from the age of 5 used to go to the Guru's house and stay in that Gurukulam for 15 years or so, 16, 17 years, and used to get the knowledge from the spiritual master. And what should be the behavior of this disciple? Brahmachari Gurugala Vasandando Guruhidam. He should stay in that Gurugala for the benefit or for taking good care of the spiritual master. Acharan Dasavat Nicho. You should behave like a menial servant. You should do all the errands, menial errands, like cutting wood, washing clothes, washing vessels, helping the Guru Master, spiritual master's wife in cooking, gathering paraphernalia and ingredients for this cooking. So many things you have to do. And only when spiritual master allows him, permits him, then only he eats. He cannot eat just like that. When spiritual master calls him for food or prasadam, then only he can come and eat. So the word here is snigdasya, because snigdasya means it is not forced. Snigdasya means lot of love. Snigdha means with lot of what you call essence. In Bhagavad Gita, you can see in 17th chapter, the food in the sattvic mode is called snigdha. Snigdha means full of fat and juice, which means love. You should have love for spiritual master. And when you are very submissive to the spiritual master, having enough for love for the spiritual master, then the spiritual master will be pleased with you and will teach you. Bhagavad Gita, this verse called 4.34.
Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. Sevaya upadisyanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshinaha.
Upadeshanti te jnanam
Jnanina tattvadarshinaha.
tattvadarshina. So the spiritual master is full of knowledge. He has seen, he is a self-realized person. Srila Prabhupada says only a self-realized person who has understood his spiritual position as a servant on what is a specific relation with spiritual with Krishna. Then that person only, that spiritual master only is qualified to be Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru can be a person who well versed in scriptures, but Diksha Guru is one who has realized himself what is a special relationship with Krishna and himself. I mean, what rasa he is enjoying with Krishna. Only that person can become the Disha Guru. So, you should know in confidence, confidentially, all those topics of Veda Vyasa discussed by Veda Vyasa and other scientists, other sages also. And you should also know how to reject those who are not favorable, which is actually what is very good for us. You should select and give it to us. Because you are expert authority on authorized doctrines about these subjects. Then, having this praised Sudha Goswami, then they come to the matter first. The first question is raised. Tatra tatta anjusayushman bhavada yad vinishchidam pumsan eganda shayas tannasham sidumarhasi. Please, therefore, being blessed with many years, explain to us in an easily understandable way what you are ascertained to be the absolute and ultimate good for people in general. So this is a first question. The sages, there are 6 questions. The 6th question by sages. So this is the first question. The 1.1.9 is the first question. Ultimate good for humanity. The second question is 1.1.11. What is the essence of all scriptures? You can just note it down. It's very important. Which are the 6 questions asked by the sages of Naimisharanya to Sudha Goswami? And the answers also will be there. So Q1 and Q2 is 1.1.9 and 1.1.11, and Q2 is essence of all scriptures. The answer is devotion service, which is explained 1.2.6 to 29. Savai pumsam parodhamo yudha bhakti adhokshaje ahitugi apradihada yatma suprasidri. And today in our group, I've replied to one devotee who was very anxious to know what is Loga Samasta Sugino Bhavanti. Have anyone have you seen that?
Yes.
Anyone read that?
Yes.
I think you are not seeing the group.
Yes,
Nobody is seeing the group.
Yes, I have seen that. Loka Samasta
You have seen that?
Yes.
It's a bit elaborate, right?
It's quantitative analysis of all the species has been given.
Yeah. And if you actually don't know how you can be happy, they have invented their own many methods of many systems of being happy. Like they were saying, they should be integrated. Everyone should be. It's a very, very common use. There should be integration among these. If there is integration, then there will not be any quarrel. How to achieve this integration? It's very easy to say that I have integration, have love, have everything for others, and all those things. But at the body level, it's not possible at all. Because why we are engaged in this body? Because we wanted to enjoy sense gratification. In number 2 and 10, verse number 10, Srila Prabhupada explains it in detail. Because of our intense desire to enjoy, we are in this material world. Verse now in chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita says very clearly. Because we want to overlord the material nature. And that tendency is in us. And because of tendency, there's always envy, competition. And this will lead to violence between persons and persons, societies and societies, nations and nations. And no amount of ordinary philosophy or even legislative measures, they cannot bring about any equality or happiness, which is artificial only. Because these differences are there. At the body level, these differences are there. So how to be happy? You have to go beyond the body. So all the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, teaches you repeatedly, that we are not this body, we are soul. So many times the same thing is repeated in different ways. Being here, we want to enjoy with our material senses. It is called sense gratification. Because we want to enjoy to their capacity, there's always a competition between each other. So how can there be any sukha? Why I mention this? Because this 1.2.6 is actually how the soul can be happy. Savi pumsa paro dharmo yatha bhakti adokshaje. Adokshaje means one who cannot be understood by your material senses. Adha akshaja. Akshaja means sense. Adha means beyond that. One who cannot be understood by material senses is Adokshaja, who is Krishna. So Paradharma is the supreme religiosity of and the duty of a living entity is to render service. Yada bhakti adokshaje ahetugi apradihara. Ahetugi, without any cause. There should not be a cause. Because I want to go, I want to achieve something, I want to earn something, or I want to receive something. I want to enjoy something. I want to own something. For that purpose only, people are going to temples. And there are a lot of pujas like Abhishta Siddhi and all those things we'll find in temples to accommodate these people. So, but it should not be for Krishna. You should go just to see Krishna, worship Krishna, and praise Krishna. That's the only reason. Ahetui apradihada. Apradihada means without any stop. Nothing should stop you. If there is a class, if there is anything there, spiritual activities there, you should do it. You should give first priority to that. Yesterday, I was very happy with one devotee. Her mother was admitted in hospital just in the afternoon or evening, yesterday evening, and she was in hospital with her mother. But even in the hospital, she attended the class. So that is called apradihara. Pradihara means stoppage. Apradihara means without any stoppage. If you do that, render devotion, then only yayatma suprasidari. Then only the soul will be happy. Like when you are very thirsty, you're walking for 4 or 5 hours in the hot sun, then you come inside the house and take a glass of water. Oh, very happy. That's a bodily happiness. Sometimes suppose you're preparing for an exam and the results come, you score very high marks, first rank, you become very happy. That's called mental happiness. So physical happiness, mental happiness. But these are not happiness of the soul. These are happiness of the body only. So the sages want to know what is actually the Shreya, what is the best thing for them. Tatra tatra anjasa. After discerning all those what you have learned, tatra tatra means in all the scriptures. Anjasa means which have been easily digestible, which you consider to be easily understood, understandable. Pumsam ekanda shreyas tanna samshilmanasi. You please explain to us what is utmost. Ekanta means completely. Completely explain to us, or it can be from beginning itself. Because beginning means from one end. Ega anda. Ega anda means from one end. So the meaning of the eganda, ega means one, anda means end. So it means from one end, meaning from one end means from the beginning. So you please describe to us completely and from the beginning concerning the highest goal of this mankind, which is very Shreya. Shreya means that to which there is nothing greater. There is nothing greater. That to which there is no equal. There's nothing equal to it. And that which is not included in something else. And which is not, comparing the degrees of excellence. You cannot compare. It means this should not be, Shreya means nothing is equal to it, nothing is above it, and nothing is similar to it. You cannot compare Shreya with anything. So the two words Shreya and Praya. Shreya is the highest thing in the spiritual terms, highest, the greatest, unequaled, incomparable. Prayas means achievement in the material field. So sages want to know what is Shreyas, the highest goal. And towards the end, towards the end of this Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll find that the highest is Krishna Prema only. Highest is Krishna Prema, not Swarga or liberation. Because Prema brings even Bhagavan under control. So that is why these learned sages want to know what is the highest, the best thing, the Shreya's most highest goal for the fallen souls or living entities. Especially in this age. Because commencing, Kali Yuga is going to commence now. So what are the qualities of this dark age, Kali Yuga? That is given in the 10th chapter, 10th next verse. Prayena alpayusha sabhya janaosmin yuge janaha kalaosmin yuge janaha manda sumanda madayo manda buddha manda bhagya hi vadridam. Or learned one, in this age of Kali, men have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. So the sages of Naimisharana is analyzing the shortcomings of all those bad qualities of Kali Yuga. They say that people have really short lives. In Satya Yuga, lifespan of lifespan was 1 lakh years. So you have seen sages like Vishwamitra doing tapasya, austerities for more than 60,000 years, because the lifespan is 1 lakh years. Lifespan in Treta Yuga was 10,000. Lifespan of Dwapara Yuga 1,000. And lifespan in Kali Yuga is 100. Now you'll see the beginning of Yuga, this one at the highest figure be that 1 lakh. Like inside Satya Yuga, beginning is 1 lakh years. But then by the end of when you come towards the end of this Yuga, then these years will get reduced, because at the starting part of Treta Yuga, it becomes 10,000. Like that, from beginning of Treta Yuga was 10,000, but when it comes to Dwapara Yuga, it will be reduced, progressively reduced, and come to 1,000 years. And from Dwapara Yuga, again be progressively reduced, it comes to 100 years in Kali Yuga. And in Kali Yuga, it is stated that towards the end of Kali Yuga, they had lifespan be around 20 years only.
20.
20.
അപ്പൊ അത് മാച്ച് ചെയ്യണില്ലല്ലോ എക്സ്പൊണൻഷ്യൽ.
Why not? Why not?
10 lakhs to 10,000.
No, 1 lakh is Satya Yuga beginning.
അത് 10ന്റെ 10 raised to 5 അല്ലേ, പിന്നെ 10 raised to 4, 3, 2, then 10 ആണോ 20 ആണോ വരിക? 20 ആണെങ്കിൽ ചോദിച്ചത്
that you are saying it should be 10 only then. No, towards the end, here in Srimad Bhagavatam, that is Bhavishya Purana mentions that lifespan will be maximum 20. It is not you can say uniform progression. It is not a uniform progression.
കലിയുഗത്തിന്റെ എൻഡിലല്ലേ
Then in that case, in Kali Yuga towards the end should be 0 then. Towards the end, isn't it? Anyway, that is, they said Alpayusha Sabhya is very short-lived. And why short-lived? Srila Prabhupada is giving because of bad habits only. Overeating and over sense gratification, over dependent on another's mercy, and artificial standards of life living, which sap the vitality and human energy. Now, even if you have some good lifespan also, Srila Vishwanathacharya says, even if you have a lifespan also, but then you are then manda, you are lazy. Lazy in the sense that you are not spiritually inclined. You may be very active in your material life. Lazy here means one who has no inclination for spiritual life. You can see it for very yourself. How many people you see here in this satsang? Maximum 10, 20, 30, 40, that's all. But from other gatherings, you'll find huge, hundreds, thousands, lakhs. So Bhagavad Gita says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yadati siddhe. Out of 1,000, only one endeavors for spiritual knowledge. It's lazy. That is kind of laziness. Now, if you are not lazy also, okay, you have good lifespan and you are not lazy also, but then what happens? You are not intelligent. Sumandamadaya. You become what? Unintelligent. Because even if you are not lazy, you are unintelligent because you don't have that real intelligence to understand the spiritual teachings or spiritual topics. In the beginning, you may have some good enthusiasm, but as it goes along, your intelligence abates. Oh, sorry, your enthusiasm abates because your intelligence is not good. Because our intelligence is not very good, we cannot really understand, grasp these subjects nicely. And finally, we leave this. This happens. Now, even if your lifespan is good, you're not lazy, and you are intelligent also, but then yet you are misfortunate. Mandabhagya. You are unfortunate. You're unfortunate in the sense that you don't have good association. Spiritual subjects can be well understood only in association with devotees, not alone. Since there are not too many devotees, it is very difficult to maintain the standard. Suppose even if one have association with devotees also, you have lifespan, you are not lazy, you are intelligent, you are not unfortunate, but then what happens? Ubhadrada. You are affliction from sickness and other problems. We are victims. Srila Prabhupada says they are victims of different political creeds and parties, but also many different types of sense gratificatory diversions, such as cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad associations, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering, bickerings, so many things. These all lead to Bhadrada. Bhadrada means it is always a disturbed condition. Then you get a bad association also. Unscrupulous people are there. They found their own philosophies and theories, and they attract other people, and they take the advantage of these people, and they deprive them of money. You'll see so many gurus or fake gurus are there. They'll take money from you and ultimately they cheat you. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, who is a spiritual master of Bhakti Vedanta Swami. By the way, this in our book, there is a Guru Shishya Parampara towards the end. Those having the books, have you seen that? Have you seen this? Towards the end of the Bhagavad Gita text, the introduction, towards the end of the introduction, the Guru Parampara is given. Nobody has noticed? Nobody has read this forward?
Yes, Prabhuji, I noticed that.
I have read, but I didn't notice it. I have read, but I didn't notice it.
I know, I should. Towards the end, you'll find that our parampara is given very nicely, starting from Krishna. I mean, our parampara, which is our parampara? The first
Vaishnava
class I
Parampara.
explained this.
Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara.
Gaudiya
Yes, yes.
Vaishnava
Gaudiya
Parampara.
Vaishnava Parampara.
Madhva Brahma Gaudiya Parampara. These are called Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So, starting from Krishna, Brahma, Narada, Dasa, Madhvacharya, you'll find a long list of 32 gurus. The 20th is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then way down 32, you'll find Srila Prabhupada. After Prabhupada, there is no other guru, no Acharya. So these are 30, this is a Guru Parampara is there. And this is a bona fide Parampara. Because this is supported by Padma Purana. Padma Purana speaks of 4 bona fide Paramparas: Brahma Parampara, Sri Parampara, Rudra Parampara, and Kumara Parampara. Yes, that also explained the first class. So these are the only bona fide Paramparas actually. Others are not bona fide. Or they may not like it, but this is stated in Padma Purana only. It's not stated by ISKCON or somebody else. So it is very, very essential that one should learn from a bona fide guru only. Everything should be bona fide only. In any branch of knowledge, if you are approaching a fake guru or not a bona fide one, you'll get cheated. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, the teacher of spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, he says that in this society, there are cheaters and cheated. Because people want to be cheated, there is always cheaters. So they want everything to be cheap. They want to have a spiritual master, but they don't want to have a spiritual master who is very heavy with the philosophies. They don't want to learn anything, but for name's sake, they want to have a spiritual master. And for that, they'll pay some money and say that I am the Shishya of this person. So in this Kali Yuga is very rampant. Fake gurus. You're very careful. And
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
yes, Sridham.
Prabhuji, but in Kali Yuga, we don't want spiritual gurus. Then why should we pay for spiritual guru and say that he is our spiritual guru? Prabhuji,
In Kali Yuga,
in
what
Kali Yuga, you itself said people don't want spiritual guru. Majority of the people.
they don't want guru.
Ah.
Yes, right.
You itself said because people are not interested in spiritual stuff. So
Correct.
why should people pay for spiritual guru and say that? Because most of the cases it is like that. If you are going to temple always, or if you are in that path, then you are orthodox. So
Yes, what you say is right, because people are interested in going to temples, but they are not interested in knowledge.
yes,
They are not interested in knowledge. They like to go to temples to fulfill their desires, because they feel that in the temple there is God, and if you pray to God, your wishes will be fulfilled. So they consider God as an instrument for satisfying the desires. So everything is desires only. To satisfy the desires, they use God as a tool. But they don't want to know who is God.
yes, Prabhu.
They don't want to know knowledge of God. They want something from God, which is their fulfillment of the desires. Then there are other people who want to have spiritual master, show in the society that I am, suppose there are some famous persons, I am the disciple of such a person, because that also gives you satisfaction. This is also sense gratification only. This is a mental sense gratification. And this spiritual master will give you very easy, okay, what you want to do, you do one thing, no problem. You give me 10,000 rupees, then you do whatever nonsense you want to do. The real guru will not tell you like that. So having a guru is also a type of sense gratification.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
okay, Prabhuji.
You want to express Malayalam also, no problem.
No, Prabhuji. But my doubt was that who are these people expressing that I have a spiritual guru? Why these people are trying to do this thing? I am spiritual like that, but inside they are not spiritual. Then what is the purpose?
Because people even now attach some importance to spirituality. They respect a person who is on the path of spirituality. So without actually undergoing the process of spirituality, they want to achieve some respect. For that, they say that we are also spiritual and I got a spiritual master. Especially in country like India, the spirituality is there, is still strong. People want to have some respect by saying that we are spiritual persons and we have a spiritual guru, but they don't want to take any pains for learning. So this is hypocrisy. Okay,
Prabhuji.
you got that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
So here previously mentioned, the brahmachari gurukula is not maintained, and when gurukula is not, brahmachari is not there, then there is no proper grihastha. And when there is no proper grihastha, there is no vanaprastha and no sannyasi. Sannyasi means there's some rigid rules. So naturally, people have no interest in spiritual values. They only have some sense gratification. So this is a symptom of Kali Yuga, and they want to know how to elevate this Kali Yuga. This is the questions from sages. So thank you very much. Any other clarification?
ആക്ച്വലി പ്രോജി അത് ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്കലി നമ്മുടെ അന്തരീക്ഷം അങ്ങനെ ആയി പോകുന്നപ്പോഴ്
അതെ.
ഇപ്പോ കലിയുഗത്തിന്റെ ഒരു പ്രഭാവമാണ് അത്. ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ നമ്മുടെ മോഡേൺ ടെക്നോളജിയും നമുക്ക് ഒരുപാടുള്ള ഫെസിലിറ്റീസും ഒക്കെ എടുത്തു നോക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളുടെ കൺട്രോളിലല്ല ഇതൊന്നും നിൽക്കുന്നതെന്ന് തോന്നും ചില സമയത്ത്. പേരൻസ് പറഞ്ഞ് കുട്ടികൾ കേൾക്കില്ല. ഇപ്പൊ ഈ മൊബൈലും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ വന്ന കാരണം കൊണ്ട് അതിന്റെ ഒരു പ്രഭാവം ഇങ്ങനെ പോയിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ മുന്നോട്ട് പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു വലിയൊരു വിപത്ത് തന്നെയാണ് അത്.
Quite true. So that is right. So that is the honest responsibility is now with us to maintain this balance. Because you cannot completely change the whole world. It's not possible.
Exactly.
But as much as people you can take to Krishna consciousness, you have to work for them. Means you have to work hard. Okay, you have some feeling, but are you really prepared to work for this?
Question
that you should ask yourself.
Yes.
Work for yourself. Work hard means first of all you have to perfect yourself. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bharata Bhumile Haya Yara Janma Janma Satvika Kare Kari Parobagara. If you are fortunate to be born in India, Bharata, you should first perfect yourself and then perfect others. Okay, we have some feelings, oh, things are not going right, everything is bad, something is happening, and you have no control of it. You are, weeping for this, you don't like this. But then it is within your power to change at least yourself and your immediate people. You have to join the flow of things. The world is flowing one direction, middle directions. You are capable of stopping this if you have the strong will. Like adopting the simple living style and then concentrating on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting, and all those things, making very life and very attractive. First, you change yourself first, and then preach others. Distribute Srila Prabhupada books. These are all things we can do. We should do. If you are really concerned about the welfare of others. Vaishnava means Paradukha Dukhi. If you are Paradukha Dukhi, these are things we should do. So for that, you should perfect yourself. First, you have to do this. Otherwise, it becomes just crocodile tears. Yes, we have a concern. Yes, that is understood. And then that should be properly channelized. Okay. You have feelings, yes, we can understand that things are very bad, people are going in a very bad direction and chaotic situation. So many distractions will be there. But how to prevent this? To propagate Krishna consciousness. That's the only solution. It's the only way. Loga samasta sugino bhavantu.
Very well. Hare Krishna.
You read that answer I've given to him. And read the verses also I quoted. So read that verses also. Then you have some idea. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. पतितानि पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।